Hey everybody, so today I want to show you all some of the foods that I eat. At this time I eat a gluten-free and a vegan-free diet. Those things could change, but I want to show you all what I eat. I have been eating this meal for about several months now, probably 3 to 4 months, consistently. Every once in a while I may bake something else, but technically this meal that I'm about to prep is my go-to. It's consistent. It's something that I could just throw on the stove. I don't use my microwave like that anymore. I just tend to use my stove top to cook my foods. Now if I use the microwave, it's just more so to heat things up, but I usually eat a lot of vegetables every day. And I also make my own spices, as you can see here. I gotta put this up. I just took this out of the machine. And I just actually got my rack. So with that, that's just pretty much what I want to show you all. If you can hear the birds, because I got the windows open and they've been chirping since the sun has been out. I have been foraging. I have been getting some herbs and stuff. And I definitely like to show you all my little new pantry, which I've started and where I would like to build from there. So as y'all can see, this is my pantry. I actually went all the way down to Harlem to pick this up. This was heavy. And I went all the way to Harlem to pick this up and bring it back home. I put it together and I was so happy because this is the exact size that I wanted. Everything I wanted, I was able to get it at a good deal. I believe I paid around $70. These were going for about $100. $109, $120, $130, depending on where you look. I said I'll wait for the Memorial Day sales. There were no Memorial Day sales on any of this, so I waited. I went on Facebook Market, and that is where I found it. So what I'm looking to be doing is actually some canning. I also have my glycerin because I'll be doing my soap stuff soon. I'll be making cold processed soap. I used to make glycerin, as you can see. And I also have my plant stuff right there and my water stuff, but all that stuff's gonna be taken off because I'll be putting my other stuff down there. And as you can see, I have some of my other cannings that I will be doing, and I'm pretty sure I'll probably put all my canning stuff up here. I also do a lot of ferments. I have my kombucha that's right there in the jar with the cloth, so I might have to deal with that sooner or later. I like to do some other ferments and see how that goes. As you can see, I have all my teas. I gotta figure out how I want to organize this, but right now I took these all out the cabinet and put them on this. As you can see here, I have my beans. What I'm most likely going to do is put these in jars. I don't see myself eating these lentils and black beans for a long time. I will be eating the pinto beans. I have been eating the pinto beans a lot lately, and so I'm probably will leave these here, but everything else I've put them in cans. For those that don't know, like I said, I forage. I got me some dandelions that I got right here. I picked these myself, and I also have some other herbs that I put in bags that I got to put them in cans soon. The new thing I have tried was my red clovers. I haven't seen much of these. I can smell these from here, and they smelling good, but I like to get more red clovers actually. But from the park that I get them from, they cut the grass often, and I don't know if these will grow any more, you know, so I'm gonna appreciate what I have now. I might order some offline. So there you have it, my pantry. I'm looking to definitely do a whole bunch of more projects. I'm looking forward to actually doing some videos on all the projects that I'll be doing, so definitely look forward to those. What I do know is that I'm about to start cooking right now, or at least prep my beans. That's what I do. What takes the longest is the beans. So I'm going to prep my beans, put them in a bowl, let them soak for a while, and then when the time is right, I'm going to just put them in the crock pot. I use the crock pot a lot. So with that, let me get started now. As you can see here, I just filled this pot up with some water. I'm gonna let this sit for a while. You know, back in the day when I was young, we had let the beans soak for like about several hours. Some people said, oh, you don't have to soak your beans all, just throw them in the crock pot. I found that soaking them for about a few hours, 2 to 3 hours before throwing them in the crock pot, made it much easier for these beans to cook. Some people soak the beans for 8 hours or more. I think it's personal preference and how you go about it. I think that as you are working with beans and stuff, you'll find something that works best for you. Me, I just soak these for several hours. I rinse these, I look through them, and then I throw them in the crock pot and I let them sit in there on high for 8 hours. With that being said, I'll show you all that when I get to that point, but I'm gonna let this soak for a couple of hours. So I have my beans here. I rinsed them out and I did see a little dirt in them, so it was good that I rinsed them out. What I'm going to do now is put them in the crock pot. I have my crock pot sitting over here. This is the crock pot I use. This is a Black & Decker I got from Home Depot for about good $30. I believe it was on sale. With that, this is a 7-quart crock pot. And I love this. I was looking for either an 8. I didn't want a 6 or a 5. But I wanted a 7 and up. So I found a 7 for about $30 at Home Depot on sale. And I love this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my beans in here. For y'all who want to know how much beans I have here, I believe it's about 2 pounds of beans. They came in little bags. I got the bags from Target. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour some water in here. And what you want to do is you want to keep an eye out, because this is from what I have learned. This is pretty much this is good enough. And I'm going to pour a little bit more in it. That's it. But you don't want to put too much water in there, because the more water you have in here, the more liquidy your beans would be. And what I do is that after I have my beans cooked, I take a blender, a stand blender, and or hand blender, and I mush it down until it becomes more like a fried bean consistency. So what I do is I cook it from there. The more water you have in here, the more liquid it'll be, and then it just turns more to like a soup almost. I don't want that. I want mine to be thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this lid on here. For this brand, I leave this on here tight. I don't believe that's what this is for, but I keep it on here so it'll be airtight. And I'm going to put mine on high. Let me see. Put mine on high for about 8 hours. And I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm going to let it sit for I'm going to let this sit for about a good 4 hours. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it back up. And I'm going to put in the onion and some salt and pepper in there. Whatever I want to use to flavor it. And then I'll just let it cook from there on up. So I'm back and it's been 4 hours exactly. And what I want to do next is take this off. And I want to take a look at the beans. Now what I'm going to do, I got my clean spatula. And I'm going to go in here. I'm going to stir it around. And just look at the beans. See how they're coming along. During this time you can decide if you want to add more water or not. But you make that decision. I might add a little bit more water to this. It looks like it needs a little bit more water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bean and see, just taste the texture. That's what I'm going to do. It looks like it can sit in there. For me, I'm going to leave it on high for the rest of the duration. You can take this time to actually put it on medium. I could put it on medium, but I'm going to add more water and I'm going to also add some other stuff. So what I'm going to do now is during this time, I'm going to add my onions. which I have here. I have me some sweet onions, and I'm just going to put this right in here. Now, what I didn't do earlier, which I should have done when I initially put my beans in there, is added my salt. So what I'm going to do is add my salt. I'm going to use pink Himalayan salt, and I'm also going to use my pepper. I'm also going to add a little bit of garlic in there, just for seasoning. These could have been added at the beginning, but I decided just to wait and see. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to eyeball it. When it comes to sea salt, you don't want to put too much because sea salt tends to be more potent than the regular salt. And I'm going to just sprinkle that in there. That's about it. If I need more, I'll add more in there later. I'm going to add me a little pepper. I tend to douse a lot of stuff with pepper. And I'm going to take my garlic powder and just sprinkle a little bit in there. That's about right. And then I'm just give it a good stir. Mix this all in here. And I might add some more water, it looks like. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna top it off a little bit. So I have some water here that I'm going to put in here. I was going to put in a little bit, not a lot, just enough. And then what I'm gonna do is just keep an eye on this. If I need to lower the temperature, that's what I would do. I'm gonna just, so that's just about it. I got everything in there. I'm gonna put this top back on there. Put this back. And then when 4 hours is up, this should be done. This is usually done around 8 hours. I mean, I can check in much sooner and see how it goes, but I'm pretty much set to go. And then what I'm going to do is that after this is done, I'm going to just finish, start cooking my other portion of the meal. This will usually last me about a whole week or so. It depends how much I eat. So I'm going to let this sit, and I'll be back later. So my beans are almost done. What I'm going to do is go ahead and start working on my vegetables. Now, I'm moving on over to the freezer, which I usually have all my vegetables or frozen foods. For those who may not know, I tend to shop at Target and Aldi's a lot. And if it's not those stores, it is Trader Joe's or some other place. But I live in New York, and these are usually the affordable places unless I hit up the corner stores or those dollar stores, which you can also get good deals from. I tend to hit one up in Harlem on the weekends, but I haven't been there in a few months. So as of right now, this is what my routine is. Now, I do have vegetables. I tend to go to Aldi's or Target and collect like 15 to 20 bags of vegetables. This will last me for about 2 weeks or so. So I'll probably spend about, between $20 to $30 in groceries. And this will last me about a good 2 weeks. That's also including with the beans and any other food or necessities I may buy. Now, I tend to get a load of these. I get the mixed vegetables, and I usually get these from Aldi's or Target again. And I'm going to pull this out because I already had one bag open. I'm going to finish that. I might pull some more out because I might make some for another day. And I also got some Brussels sprouts. I tend to eat these every single day. I love Brussels sprouts. To me, they're like miniature cabbages, and I believe they are in the same family. So I'm going to pull these out. I'm going to chop them up, and I'm going to put them on the stove. This is what I do every single day. As you can see, I do have some shrimp. I don't eat meat right now. I haven't ate meat in several months. I don't know if I'm going to eat this. I don't know. I'm trying to give this away actually, because I might make this whole thing permanent. And I do keep my flour in the freezer because I discovered the hard way that weevils can develop in your flour. So ever since I discovered bugs floating around my flour when I was trying to make some cookies, I was like, nah, we're gonna order everything brand new and we're gonna put you in the freezer. I don't have time for that. So let me pull these out and let's get started cooking on the stove. So I'm back here, and what I'm about to do next is the final step. And the beans, you can see, are pretty much done. I'm going to turn this off in a few seconds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop out potatoes, because while I was cooking, I decided and realized I had some potatoes. And sometimes what people do is that they put potatoes in their beans to help you to try to prevent gas. So you don't want to eat this part. I'm going to just go ahead and fish it out and throw it in the trash, and call it a day. And I'm going to put that to the side over there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend my beans. And what I like to do is I like to I don't want to say turn into a mush, but get into a consistency where it's like refried beans. And I love refried beans, and I do this with pinto beans. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stir this up a little bit, and this consistency is just about done. That's the consistency I wanted at. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and start blending some of this in. So now that I'm done, I don't want to do too much, but I just want to do enough. And that's the consistency I wanted at. And back in the day, or I'll say some time ago, what I used to do is I would do this exact same process, but I would have chicken. I'm not eating meat right now, so all I'm going to do is just let that sit. I'm going to turn this heat off because this heat will finish cooking the rest of the beans, and I'm going to let that sit. As it sits, this whole sauce and everything thickens up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that sit right now. I'm going to put everything over, and I'm going to start just prepping everything up. So here we have it. This is what I tend to eat every single day, sometimes twice or 3 times a day. It really does depend. Sometimes I may not eat all of this every single meal. Sometimes I may just have some corn tortillas with some beans. Sometimes I might have some mashed potatoes with some beans. Sometimes I might just have vegetables by itself, and that will be it. A lot of times I might have the gluten-free pasta that I put in there, so it's not always quinoa. Forgive me, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but this is what I tend to eat around this time every single night. The mornings might be different. Some mornings, some breakfasts, I do have this. I'm trying to get off of this. I'm moving towards trying and having oatmeal, putting dehydrated fruits and herbs and stuff in there. So this is pretty much what I eat. This is one of my daily meals, and this has become more of a supplement for me, and has been doing well for me and maintaining my weight for me. I don't ever get tired of this. Every once in a while I may actually throw some things or cook something else with this, or by itself or whatever. I may change it up every once in a while, but I usually always go back to eating this, and I have been enjoying this, and I have been enjoying my journey with not eating meat for several months now. Will I continue? Who knows? But it looks like as of right now, I'm comfortable eating this, and sometimes I might change it up. And I just noticed that my health hasn't been improving. So this is pretty much it. And I've been looking forward to eating this before going to bed at night. I tend to eat this around 7 to 8 o'clock. It's a little bit after, but I still have time. And I'm just going to go ahead and chow this down so I can get ready for tonight and work on some projects. I hope y'all like this. If y'all want me to cook anything else, definitely let me know. So if y'all enjoyed this video, definitely like, subscribe, and comment below. I am looking forward to eating this. I eat this every single day. I know to some of y'all it may look nasty. I know because some of you are like, what is this you make? Let me tell you something. I love it. I eat every single day. And the reason why I do it like this is so I can get my vegetables in. I definitely love and enjoy the mixed vegetables. For me, a lot of times it's quick. I found that I'm not using the microwave as often. Maybe sometimes if I go ahead and recook my beans or reheat my beans, but a lot of times I'm using the stove to reheat my beans. Anytime I eat, it is usually done on the spot, especially with this quarantine and me being able, and me having to stay inside all day. I've been eating a little bit more than what I should, but when everything opens back up and I can get back out, I probably won't eat as much. In regards to that, a lot of things have been shifting for me. Looking into doing something else career-wise, starting my own thing, and I want to bring you all along with me. I'm definitely enjoying my little shelf I just got here, and I'm looking to do some more cooking videos and any other projects, or to share my life with you all, because you know there's a lot that I don't really share. So with that, y'all enjoyed this video, definitely again like, subscribe, and comment below. And y'all want me to do a video on something, or you want me to cook something, definitely let me know. For right now, I'm on a gluten-free, vegan-free diet. This looks like it's going to be for the long run. We will see. I don't know. If y'all support me, I don't mind doing it. But with that, I hope y'all take care of each other and yourselves, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next video. See ya. Bye.